Ooh, Kool-Aid drinkers, we are back again.
Oh,
Man, it's good to be back. Talk about the Lions again. A lot of good stuff coming up. Big Z couldn't be here today, but we have the rest of the crew here. We have Bob.
hello, everybody.
Red Dog.
Yo.
And I'm UJ, and we have Kid J, our producer, with us also. He'll probably be chiming in once in a while, correcting us because we're always wrong. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about the Lions. First of all, before we get into what's going on right now, does anybody have any more comments about last week's preseason game against the Bengals?
Any more?
I'd like to.
Well, I'm glad we lost because we don't want to win the preseason games, so that was great. I love that.
That's my obvious take on that one.
Yeah.
I love that.
I mean, the biggest takeaway is obviously Ahmed Hassanein, the Egyptian, looking like the real deal out there against the ones from the Bengals. That's
Yes.
I think he's really shown what we've drafted him for, and man, he's going to find his way in this rotation and make some damage this year.
I think so too. He had a hell of a game. And I love that before the game he was predicting, he was telling Coach Campbell he's going to sack Burrow. He was saying it like confidently.
Yeah.
He manifested it.
I know. I love it.
I mean, I just love his energy and he's just so dynamic. And he's so strong, man.
So
This kid,
passionate.
I think he's going to do some damage. I really do.
When he
It's gonna be
broke
fun
down
to
almost
watch.
crying after his first sack, he was like, it was so funny. I was like kind of there with him, but at the same time, like kind of dying, cracking up a little bit because it's just so like, it's so like I felt for him, but it was kind of funny at the same time because it's just like, man, he just puts it all out there. He don't hold back, man. And I think that's going to pay dividends for this team.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is contagious in a team setting. So I think,
Yeah.
though, when he celebrates a sack, he should do like an Egyptian dance, like
Yeah.
do 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 do, and then he should play like the music, That's what I think.
Walk
But
like
I like
an
it.
Egyptian.
I like it. I think
There
and
was
this.
also. Go ahead, Bob.
I was just gonna say with our edge this year, the way they built this thing, it's gonna go instead of having like who the hell is gonna be healthy and will they actually reach their potential. We got guys with high upside that we want to see them perform, and they're out so far. Once Derek Moore is back, he's
already back
impressing
in
people.
pads.
Yeah, he's impressing the hell out of people at camp, and then we've seen Hassanein do this, so it's gonna be fun to watch, man.
It is. It's going to be so much fun.
Another person in that edge room, though, who started making a little bit of a name for himself, Eric O'Neal, out of Rutgers, undrafted. This kid, he didn't get the sacks that Hassanein had, but he got to Burrow. He hit Burrow first, actually, and caused an incompletion by flashing off the edge. He was very active. He looks like a dynamic guy.
He's a little undersized, I think, but he'll
Like
I think
250, like 6'3".
He could make team, special teamer, and get in there occasionally. But
I agree. He
Another
really
bullet in the
flashed
chamber.
in that game. He stood out. He definitely did. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do.
You notice we have a
Undrafted
ton
guy
of
like that.
odd
It's cool.
bodies, though, in this room right now. Like, it's going to really – I bet freaking Shep is just salivating over trying to figure out – it's probably a little maddening, too, like how to figure out how he's going to put this together because a lot of it's going to depend on what he wants from who and how he's going to use them. And there's a lot of versatility because you also had guys like Gil Howard making some impressive plays. Yeah, this D-line room is stacked full of dudes. There's going to be some tough cuts. We're also going to have depth into our practice squad, which I think is exciting because you also had Anthony Lucas, undrafted free agent, who really showed some nice stuff on film with his 6'5", really long frame. He could be a guy to develop over the next year or two.
There's that kid Hunter. Is it Hunter is his name?
Eric Hunter.
Eric
Out
Hunter.
of the HBCU. I forget the school, but yeah. 6'5", linebacker.
Gangly-looking guy, but he was doing stuff out there. He looked interesting. Fast. Covers a lot of ground. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's another guy to watch.
This whole linebacking room is intriguing too, because like there's all this hybrid stuff going on. Because you got like guys like Nowaski. You're hearing Derek Moore is getting sort of like a hybrid run where he's getting more like a linebacker role, which I'm super excited to hear. Like plays where they're talking about like you'll have a play where Hutch is standing over the center, and you got like Moore and Wanham on the edges, and like crazy things like that. Like our speed, some interesting speed ball packages. Like even in our preseason game, you had lineups where it was like Wingo, Gil Howard, Hassanein, and like but it was like a really weird like D tackle to edge hybrid crew rushing the passer with all kinds of speed and power. We have such an interesting room. Yeah. Oh, that kid, Anabagamigo. That's he's like a linebacker, but he made a play like a D lineman in that game where he like blasted through two dudes and made a run stop in the backfield. He's built like a brick shithouse. This is so exciting. I had no idea how this room's gonna land.
Hey everyone, Rud Dog is excited.
And Jack Campbell locked in this year with that linebacker room. I know we're gonna miss Blondie, but we got some new blood. I think Devin White is gonna be getting more towards his potential, his high side. You know the way he's been playing. In, camp.
Remember when they were with Tampa and he was with the guy he was with in Tampa, Rud Dog? You know, Devontae Walker,
David,
Levante David. They should have been the MVPs of that game in the Super Bowl when they won the Super Bowl. They gave it to Brady just because you got to give it to Brady. He's the quarterback. But those two linebackers absolutely dominated that game. And David is just he's still young. He's 20 years old. Can fly. 176 tackles last year. Just unbelievable with the Raiders. So this has a huge addition to this defense, I think.
Pairing a tackler like that with Jack Campbell. We've said it before, I think around the time we signed him, but like he can, like in the Dan Campbell sees him as a disruptor, as a weapon. With his speed, you're going to see him on all kinds of blitzes or just like doing things where that'll set him up with his unique skill set to like really just disrupt. And
if you're an offense playing the Lions this year, whether you win or lose, you're going to be feeling it the whole next week, man. Going up into that defense,
you're not kidding.
It's like running into a wall for a couple hours.
Because everyone's saying Alim is looking like better than his old self.
Yeah, he's in great shape.
Oh man, with him and like another year of Tyleek growing in the scheme, I think.
And we don't talk about it much, loaded, but Hutch, baby. We just like make assumptions with Hutch.
Yeah,
but I guess in practice, he's just been killing it. Like today's practice, he supposedly had 4 sacks, and the day before he had like 3 more. He's just tearing this offensive line apart. Now that could be good or bad. It's bad if our offensive line is not able to handle stuff and they're having trouble, getting together. But it's also good because he's learning against the best, and
like last year, the hype was. They put in a Hutch rule because they can't let Hutch keep running through, and then it didn't.
That was against Larry Borum.
He did have a great year, but it wasn't it wasn't that where he's unstoppable.
Well, we never managed to build that support that we wanted last year. Like to some extent, like Muhammad filled that role admirably. He got some sacks out of it. I think everyone knows like you can never totally crap on like a double-digit sack season, but. There is a little bit of like I don't want to say flukiness, but randomness to it, and like it wasn't like he was some dominant edge rusher for us last year. And I think it's going to be a lot harder to commit 2 guys to Hutch when you got all this other arsenal flooding around. And I think from what it sounds like, Shep is much more creative in the packages he's going to deploy this year. I don't think he's married to that heavy set edges 4-3 look we've been so.
And you'll get Derek Moore just pushing through there that people are going to have to count for him.
Right.
So that's going to maybe free up Hutch a little bit there. Yeah.
And it's interesting too. It's by all accounts the defense has pretty much been dominating practices lately, and I don't know if that's. I think it's good that our defense is looking this good, but. Is that rough? Struggling with this offensive line and a little mix-up with Cade Mays out, and now they're working in McLaughlin at center, and Scruggs they still hasn't actually hit the field yet. There's a little turmoil on that line. I mean, we're pretty confident with the moves they made and everything, but with the injuries, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can gel.
I think one thing that makes that a little bit tested against reality at the very least was that we saw them frustrate Cincinnati's ones, and that was our twos. Like, we didn't even have any of our studs out there against Joe Burrow and crew, and we made them struggle for a field goal.
That's true. Yeah,
we got multiple hits and a sack on Joe Burrow in preseason with our twos. You know, they were humiliated by that. They were pissed after that. I mean, I bet they have a better season now just because we humiliated them like that. They cracked down after that, because that was bad, man. Who were these? Who's Ahmed Hassanein? Who's Eric O'Neill? Who are these guys hitting maybe one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game in preseason week 1? Like, it's not supposed to be happening. So
yeah.
I think that's just a testament to the depth of our talent now. Like, when we take the cherry pick all the guys that stood out in this preseason and put them together with our superstars, I think you're going to have a formidable unit.
Yeah. And then you were talking about things we wonder how it's going to pan out or whatever. There's a good battle in the cornerback position, and Ennis Rakestraw, who was looking like not so good before, now he's looking pretty good. So he's kind of turned it around. So
it's finally putting
hopefully
days together.
That'll continue. He's a competitive guy, and I think luckily when he got injured, it was a contusion, so he's fine. So I can't wait to see him actually playing a game and just seeing him.
I'll tell you what, Bob, in the game, it really looked really nice having him and Whiteside manning the outside.
Whiteside looks great too.
They strike a pose figure. I mean, for one, like they're both taller cornerbacks, longer cornerbacks. They look like true edge, like our exterior defenders who could man up with number ones in the league. Obviously talent and all that matters too, but like, that's their upside, though. And we saw that a lot from Whiteside, too. But, like, those two guys, I think, are really exciting, because then I think we could see if they continue to develop, if Rakestraw keeps staying healthy and stacking days.
Yeah.
That's really where we're at with him. He hasn't stacked a camp. He hasn't stacked a season. He's still raw for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
So his talent is starting to emerge. And if he can just stay healthy for, please God, like, I think you could see him and Whiteside maybe even starting to take away some reps from Reed and Yasin as the season goes on.
It'll be Reed for sure, and one of those guys will be starting. It was looking like definitely Whiteside now.
Rock didn't even play. Him and Rock and Reed didn't play. They're set.
Yeah.
But
for now. Those young guys are going to be chopping at their heels, though, I think, as the season goes on, just because I think their upside is there. But those vets are keeping it for now.
It's definitely encouraging overall, though, to see what these defensive backs are doing. And if this D-line, this front seven is looking as good as they are, it's gonna help them even more. So it's going to be – I'm seeing good things with the defense right now.
And it was just casually dropped the other day that we'll see Kirby Joseph and Branch on the field this year. And I'm like, that would be nice, And then if they were actually healthy, this defense would be crazy good.
Oh my
it seems like Branch is like more like close to a sure thing. I've already seen camp reps from him. Like, I've seen him in coverage. I think he's on good course. His injury was known, an understand entity, whereas Kirby's like.
But Kirby has that mysterious injury, but they're actually talking about him coming back, which
that's exciting.
Where it was looking like, will he ever come back? Because it's such a weird kind of injury.
How you get those two back? Dear Lord, this defense will be.
It's gonna look good.
Our cornerbacks will be the only position without like any kind of big name. Well, you could argue Reed's a fairly big name.
If Kirby's close, just throw him out for whatever the biggest game of the year is, because he'll have one.
Yes.
He'll make some great plays. He'll get a pick. He'll get some turnovers, and then
Super Bowl.
Maybe then the knee goes again. But we need him for one game.
There you go. Use him at the right time.
But I think that does highlight why I think Chuck Clark was a really nice signing.
Yeah.
I think him and Avonte Maddox make me feel very comfortable with this defensive backfield, because you got two rock-solid vets who are going to, keep it steady. And when you got that, it's more about execution. And I think you saw this. I saw this a little bit with, because they talk about, what's his name, McLaughlin, the center, being a little undersized. But you can make up for a lot with proper coordination and execution. If you're just doing your job right and you're in the right place, a lot of things fall. Getting physically beats obviously part of the game in the NFL. But if you're executing your job correctly, 90% of the time you're probably going to make the play, or the defense will work together to make things with our front seven. Like, you just need this secondary to just function correctly, as long as they're not missing assignments.
I think on that, this year with the line healthy and the way it's looking, the way we're predicting it'll go, that's going to take a lot of pressure off those guys in the back who had a lot of extra pressure on them last year. Even though we got a pretty fair amount of sacks, even though everybody complains about it, I think we were up higher in the league in sacks. I don't know what our time, to sack and all that was, because it seemed like
I think we lagged.
We weren't like dominating on the defensive line at all.
Right. The eye test didn't pass the number test, and that's where I think this year though it's going to be a whole different ball game. We just have way more firepower. We have way more twitch. We have way more just things to throw at opposing defenses that I think will make, and especially the versatility they've treasured and stuff. You got guys like Levi O. If he can just stay healthy, I know he's been battling a few things through camp, but they know what he can do. And I think we're going to get back to being really formidable in the run game again because of our linebackers and our fronts. Just the overall front seven with this. Because even like the smaller guys, like penetration screws run games up all the time. Aaron Donald wasn't the biggest guy, but his penetration would disrupt run games like crazy. He maybe didn't make the play, but if you're 3 yards in the backfield and before anyone knows it, it just messes things up a lot. And so I think with the kind of guys we got, Alim, Tyleek, Levi, Gil Howard, who I do think makes this team, by the way, after I saw him run down Josh Johnson to the sideline after making an impressive hit on him earlier. He basically stopped that whole drive. He hit Johnson, caused an incompletion, and then ran him down to the sideline, only gave up a yard on 3rd and 4. That's crazy. So I just, there's so many dudes. Wingo, you keep going. Hassanein, freaking that kid we drafted in the 7th round after Gil Howard, Trey West they like
red alert. Red Dog is getting excited.
But that's the list, man. I can go on forever. There's going to be depth into our practice squad. That's which we haven't had.
You talked about the running game before. The running game is going to be a big focus because Jameer Gibbs just got that big contract. Every NFL show you go on these days, all they're talking about is Jameer Gibbs is going to have a breakout year. I think the NFL wants him to have a big year. They're going to be feeding him that ball under the bright lights, and they're going to be selling video games because Gibbs is going to be highlighted this year, and he's going to be
maybe they're going to be telling defenses not to tackle him. Because of bigger years, they can sell more.
The league will give
games.
him the what's that called? Plot armor.
I don't know. I'm just so glad we have him on our team, though, man.
So gosh!
I think it's incredible. Have you seen the? Go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
I was just gonna say, have you seen the clip of him in camp receiving a wheel route to the end zone? I mean, he was torching Derek Barnes, so it's nothing crazy, but I think it's the connection Goff is starting to get with him and putting the ball. They're finding like their tempos and stuff, and he's getting gauged in for speed and routes and all that kind of stuff. And oh man, I just think he could be like a 3,000 yard player.
I saw somebody say he's going to be like whatever the 4th or 5th guy to do 1,000 yards rushing and receiving this year. They think
could very well be. Yeah, absolutely.
It's in the cards.
What do you have, 670 last year or something like that? So receiving and definitely got 1,000 yards rushing.
But now if he's a safety valve for Goff, much like Amon-Ra is all the time, it seems like he's going to see a lot. He's going to see a lot.
Who also is having an immaculate camp, just looking as good as ever.
And if Laporta's healthy, another safety valve there, so he's going to have options, man.
Like 5 or 6 safety valves out there.
Tight end-wise, Conklin was out there in the preseason game, made a couple catches, or at least one, and he's, that's good to see him healthy and active because you kind of know what you get in a guy like that. And he's been through some injuries. But because that tight end really could get a lot of play. Do you guys think Meeks makes the roster? He made one nice play in the preseason game. I didn't watch him block or anything.
It's possible, depending on the injury situation. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
Do you think they keep 4 tight ends?
No,
that's a lot.
I do not personally.
So who's our 3rd tight end? Brock
you got
Wright.
Conklin, Brock Wright, you got
Who made it too, really.
Laporta. And they've both been struggling with injuries. I mean, Wright and Conklin. So hopefully by the time the season starts, they're ready to go here. I think Wright's a valuable player. I mean, over the last couple of years, I think he's been almost understated in the value he adds to that room, you know.
Even Petzing's given him some love, and I believe it. Like I've always liked Brock Wright, and he's been good for like one breakout touchdown a year or something.
Yeah,
like
they rarely throw to him, but when they do, it always seems to be a clutch situation where he gets a first down or a touchdown. So
you know the other team forgets about him. He sets up a block like he's blocking and then breaks out, and then no one's on him.
And he catches the ball. So.
They always time it so well. It's beautiful.
And he's got good speed. He's got more speed than you expect from a guy his size. Like his linear speed. He may not be like the shiftiest route runner, but when he gets on a horse and is rolling, man, he can get downfield pretty good.
So you're saying he's no Eric Ebron?
He'd bitch slap Eric Ebron.
Ooh.
No, I liked Ebron, but no, Ebron was never. He was more like a receiver who played tight end.
He's a very divisive player in Detroit, though. But
yeah, well, it's not his fault. It's the fault of where they chose him in the draft.
Exactly.
It's not his fault, but yeah.
He had one good season, I feel like, with us.
So we got a lot of good things going there. Like we talked about the defense a lot, and how helped up we are about them, and the offense too. With all, but this offensive line, we got to discuss it. It's a bit of a concern. Early in this season here. Now, I know there's still 2 preseason games left and all that, but center with Cade Mays out for probably the first 5 or 6 games, it looks like. So we got the obvious one would be Juice Scruggs, who's the obvious one, but yet he's hurt and he hasn't been able to play. So you got this McLaughlin kid. They're using Tate Ratledge in there a little bit in practice now.
Yeah, that was the interesting thing that they mention that again, Tate Ratledge, because it seemed
I think it's just an emergency strategy. Like it's like to make sure if he can still kind of has the skills. I honestly don't think they're relying on it in any real sense, like other than maybe give him a little exposure again there, because I think he's ready. He's on course to be a really great guard. I don't know how much you want to move him off that spot, and I just think they're doing their diligence and moving guys around in camp and trying. And plus, I hope they sign someone like we did with Devin White.
Well, that would be nice. But what's your feeling with who we got now? I mean,
McLaughlin,
Scruggs, we haven't even seen him
play
play
can
yet.
Go right off this roster as fast as he can possibly go. He was crap in that game.
Yes, he was. He was.
I have no interest in that guy being our center at any point in time for any reason. But I thought McLaughlin performed well. Like Dan Campbell talked about for him being undersized, which I thought I saw him at 6'4", 304 or something, which I can't believe that's considered undersized these days. But regardless, he was playing with great technique and leverage and doing what he had to do to compensate for whatever deficiencies are seen there.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't sound like you'd want to start him long term, but he could probably spell a few games.
I like him as our backup long term, but I think Scruggs is obviously the favorite. That's kind of like was the whole sales pitch of why he was a great part of that trade with David Montgomery. So if he should be the guy starting week 1 with Cade Mays out.
So, but in essence, though, this is maybe one of the key position battles in camp right now. McLaughlin and Scruggs.
Yeah,
if you think about it, I mean, going into this first game of the season, into the real season,
Yeah,
I mean, left guard is still wide open too. I mean, I don't think it's
Christian Mahogany going to get that.
I don't think anyone stood out.
He's the favorite, but I don't think it's a lock by any means. Even Miles Frazier. I know those guys made some mistakes in the game. They had a couple holding penalties each, I think, but Frazier can play all the positions. He played everywhere. He moved to tackle, to guard.
He played left tackle.
He's basically just a left guard. I don't think they moved him to right for a little while too, didn't they? I think maybe
so.
But I don't know. That's not a lock either.
And
so,
yeah. What did that Melvin Priestley? Has he played it much? I don't know what that guy.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But Bart's in the equation there too. I think they like a lot about him.
Is he fully healthy yet? That we haven't heard. He's
I don't know.
Back at practice, but I don't know. And he's a veteran, so I don't know. But it's going to be interesting what comes out there. Like if they're planning on playing. Oh, we haven't talked about this yet, but apparently they're going to play the starters in the next preseason game, right? For a while.
Yeah.
So this is probably a good chance to see what the Lions are thinking right now. Who walks out on that field to start on that offense?
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting on that O-line.
I don't know if they're going to play all the starters, but they're going to play a lot of them or most of them.
Yeah.
Though I do really love is that I almost feel like Dan Campbell might even just do this for fun. It's as soon as they put Tate Ratledge at center for a practice and give him some reps there, the internet and coverage fans lost their freaking minds. So many people are freaking out about this shit. Like the Woodward guys are all losing their shit over this. I don't not even then. Every single person's like, I don't like it. I don't like Tate at center. Tate's right guard. He'll be a good right guard. It's okay. But they're testing him out there. They did this last year. They said they'd revisit it. It's just so silly. And it's camp. You're gonna want your best 5 out there, and ideally they're also in their ideal position. But maybe that's not the case. If he has the aptitude, maybe he's the guy. Which I don't sense that he does, because it sounds like he has struggles out the gate, and I don't think it's worth the long-term investment of trying to really integrate him there. I don't think they're so. I think this is
great.
I think he's the 8th string center type thing. He's the last guy that on the roster that can actually do the job, just in case you really need it, and you have more versatility in your backup guards. So
do you ever think? I think maybe the coaches that are sitting there, at night talking about the next day's practice. Campbell goes, hey, you know what? Let's fuck at the press a little bit, and let's move Ratledge to guard for a few plays and see what happens.
Right?
That's what I'm saying.
Let's just play with their minds a little bit. I think at some point, and sometimes there are some mind games going on with what they do in practice and who they put where and stuff like that.
Sure.
It's all part of the long-term chess game, right? Because every other team's looking at this stuff too. I guarantee you, everyone who we're playing against this year is looking at us in practice as probably just as we are with them, and see how they're progressing and trying to learn more. So I wonder if these guys do that sometime. They're sitting around, having a bourbon night, probably having a smoke or a cigar or something like that. Hey, I got a good idea. Let's put Ratledge in its center and drive the press nuts here.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Just a thought.
Maybe give them the perception that we're getting desperate or something. But
yeah, I don't know. It'll just be interesting to come the first game.
I think a signing would not be a bad thing, and you're still, cuts will be coming, things like that. I wouldn't be surprised if our starting center week 1 isn't on the roster, if we can get someone a little more proven. Maybe come in just like Devin White. The fact that I can't believe we even got Devin White after coming off 176 tackle season. And he's 28 or something. I don't get.
He's young. Yeah.
I think he has he gets some sort of pigeonholing or something as a certain type of linebacker or something. And I don't know, but I've liked that guy since day one coming out of LSU and wanted him so bad. Me and you, Bob, were all about him.
Yeah, he's got that grit.
Yeah, he does. And he flies around like a freaking missile. So I'm very excited about him.
Hey, one other guy I want to talk about too. We haven't mentioned, and I don't think we mentioned on this pod, but I think Luke Altmeyer looked pretty good.
Yes,
as a quarterback. Now, he made some mistakes now too, but as far as just what you're looking at, the kid with the poise and how he handles himself on the field, his arm, his decision making, I thought he had a solid game, a very solid game, and I like his youth. I like his. And I've seen his interviews, and if you listen to this kid, you just can't help but like him. I kind of think he has a real good shot of making the team here. Really
I see him making the practice squad, but I like him too. I mean, what I've seen of him,
it's so funny. I've seen that's another one where reactions get me. Where I've seen guys be kind of saw his performance, were meh, nothing to write home about. I'm they're just so what, he didn't come in and do what Francis Mendoza did for the Raiders or whatever, a first round overall draft pick. This is a kid undrafted. He came in, showed poise, operated the offense, made good decisions. That alone, people don't understand just what that takes to do in the NFL. It's hard, man. Look at Hendon Hooker. That man never figured that shit out. He never even looked half as composed as Luke Altmeyer did the other. I remember him on our team, I don't think he threw a single confident pass in his entire time in Honolulu Blue. All his passes looked indecisive, wobbled, were off target. He never his best drive was he like ran for like a decent chunk for like 30 yards or something, and everyone lost their damn mind saying
when
he
wore
should
white
replace Jared Goff
on the road.
What?
Yeah, when he wore white on the road, what about? You said when he was in the Honolulu Blue, he did. How do you do with the white uniforms?
Well, they still got it in the numbers, so it's.
Oh,
it's there. But shit there too. I don't think he ever got to perform in it. So, but no, Hendon Hooker never even hit like even any like bar of a reasonable quarterback. It was all upside, never realized. At least this kid, with whatever upsides he does have, looks like he has a good chance of hitting it, where he already has the confidence and the composure, and he even can kind of process at a decent level. And, I mean, just not trying to use his legs and be a Mr. Scrambler alone, I think, was pretty good. Like, he's trying to operate this offense, and that's what Jared Goff does. Like, Jared Goff, he may not have the best improvisational like skill set, but he is probably the best front end operator of the offense in the NFL, where he doesn't have to improvise because he executes on the offense as it was meant to operate. He hits the guy that was schemed. He hits the guys where they're meant to be better than anybody. But
he does
improvise better.
Audibles well. I mean,
I'm talking about like broken play, like scramble type stuff. Make a big. He's he's clockwork. He functions like a damn computer out there, and you don't see him do a lot of scramble because he's just hitting guys anyway. Like,
did you hear Goff? Campbell was talking about Goff the other day, and he was saying how you'll have pressure coming right in his face, and like he'll get knocked down, and and he just gets right back up. He doesn't even care. Like, it doesn't affect him.
Terminator.
He doesn't get rattled. He's cool under pressure.
It's true. He is, and he's shown it, and he's proven it the last few years.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to get him a Super Bowl, man. Just because too many people look at that thing as the thing that validates you, and I don't think he needs that to be validated, but it would sure be nice. And I think if he wins a Super Bowl with this team, he's going to be a lot for a Hall of Famer, man. He's a lot.
It's gonna suddenly his entire career will become validated. Like you said, it's so funny because I've seen all these stupid ass lists. They're like Goff at 8 or 9, behind Dak Prescott or some shit, and then they'll be like, I can't name 5 more guys that have more production. Like, wait,
well, I know. Look how
literally you
it's
can't
Detroit.
One more.
Because Stafford got no respect until he went to L.A., and then I know he won, but still they were suddenly like, oh my God, he's amazing with the no look throws. Like, you've been doing that for years, but nobody talked about it.
He did it before Mahomes did.
Yeah,
I know.
Right. So Detroit doesn't get the splash like the others do.
No, they don't.
That's true. But when he gets a Super Bowl, and when he gets the accolades, you're going to suddenly look back. That's right. When you're going to look back at his career and realize he was one of the best already before he ever did it. Because honestly, the way he plays the regular season, even some of the postseason, he's the prototype of Manning, of Brady, of all the great pocket passers. He's the guy that operates his offense at a high level, finds mismatches, and I think he's even stepping more into that as time goes on. He's getting better. And you saw in this camp stuff is going to be so jacked because you're seeing this telekinetic type of connection between him and his receivers. I don't know if you guys saw the one where it was Amon-Ra in tight coverage down the sideline, and he just put it in right over the top of him and dropped it right in his hand. He did the late hands, and it was even contested, but it was just such a beautiful ball, and Goff is throwing dimes in camp, and I think he's gonna, now that he's in sync with the speedier guys and stuff, I think you're just gonna see an unbelievable breakout as long as the O-line stabilizes somewhat. I think last year showed he doesn't need perfect conditions, which has always been some stupid narrative around him. Last year he showed that even with a kind of busted line, he still had one of the most productive seasons in the league and top 5 production. So I think at the very least this line is going to settle down if it doesn't dominate this year. And a guy like McLaughlin might just bring stability, if not, if he can't dominate at the middle, but at least keep it right, And man, I think the sky's the limit for everything because with the weapons.
I'm Teslaa earns a lot of targets this year because I know he had drops in this preseason game, but his hands I worry about 0%.
Yeah.
I have no problem.
I'm with you.
He's
I
got
don't worry
great
about it.
hands. So it's just a matter of him expanding his game. He's trying to work on these different routes, slants, and
Slants, yes.
and getting separation, which hasn't been great at in a lot of these routes. But even when he's covered for 50-50 balls, this guy's the guy to go to.
I agree.
And I think the preseason was putting him in some situations he wasn't like used to, which was, like you said, slants, like these quick slants. When did we ever see him run a quick slant? And then this week we see highlight from camp, Goff throwing a dime over the top of Rakestraw into the end zone where he skies for it and makes a beautiful catch. Like, that's not his wheelhouse, this inside type possession type receiver, at least not yet. Like, he's got to develop. Plus, in year 2, I do believe, like, I've seen this, even in my own career where I was like, you think like things are just coming kind of easy at first, but then you realize like the more you learn, things get harder in a way. Like you're getting more into the depth and the quality before. Instead of you were just like letting your talent rip, now you gotta like there's all these little details you weren't paying attention to before, and it adds more gum to the works. You know, it can slow things down just a little bit and make it seem like a regression for a player, which, like Z said in the chat, the regressive camp he's been having or whatever. Oh, come on, man. Like, you know what this kid can do. And in the season, you know they're not going to be relying on him for a quick slant on third down. He's going to go sky down the sideline or something. Eventually maybe that's in his skill tree, but like right now we know what he does, and in the regular season you're going to emphasize his strengths, not his weaknesses.
And they threw to him in tight coverage too, so he was getting popped immediately. So
good experience.
Yeah, for sure. As long as he's healthy.
So
anyone worried about Teslaa?
We are not worried about Teslaa. It's officially, we're saying it here.
Ooh, you know who else I'm not worried about?
Who?
Blake Miller. That kid has it, man. I watching him in that game. He just looked natural out there. He wasn't perfect, but he looked good, and I think he showed some real athletic ability, some savvy. I watched some breakdowns where like he like this idea that he was like somehow less athletic. Like his athletic score, Rad's coming out of college is higher than Sewell's was. Like he's an elite tier athletic prospect. And man, with his vast knowledge and experience on the right side and all that, like I think he's just gonna plug in like nothing, and it's gonna. I already feel better about him than the left guard spot. Like he looks so good, and
obviously
not
the
just good, but pancakes. Go ahead.
The Lions believed it from the get go too. I mean, obviously, they said, he's gonna have to earn it. Probably fight it out with Borum, and it took like 10 seconds for them to decide we're just gonna put Blake Miller in there and let him go.
Easy.
So yeah, it was pretty early on. They figured that out. So. That was good. Yeah, you're right, Doug. He was, and he's a finisher too, man. He mauls people and he plants people on the ground. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah. And you guys, I think we're like a year away from a truly elite line. Like, I think they're going to add another guy high next year because, like, I saw there was one clip on their website, and it was Sewell, Ratledge, and Miller all standing together, and you're like, that's like our core right there. Those three guys. Yeah. They're monsters. Like, you are set there, and they're going to represent, like, our upside this year. Very, like, and, like, the other guys are going to kind of be the floor, whoever it ends up being.
I could see that. I mean, we're paying all our skill positions like $500 million or whatever.
Right?
So, just get those linemen to just keep that thing moving.
But still,
Absolutely.
That's 3 out of 5 studs right there.
Yeah.
But we even though we're unsure on the center and the left guard right now, I think our depth is still better than it's been in the last few years.
Yeah.
So one guy does go down. I think we're just better. We're deeper. That's all. I mean, we didn't have much to go to before, and now I think we do. We're not going to be dire,
Campbell said he feels really good about this year's line. He feels like that they'll be much better this year. So
look at the Patriots of old. Those guys always just threw in nobodies, it seemed, but that's because they were just always developing depth and stuff, and their lines always ended up plugging and playing. And because, one big thing this year, I think, is Petzing. I think Petzing's going to make a big difference for this O-line versus Morton because Morton did some stupid ass stuff like turning us into a zone blocking scheme more last year when we were always more power punching in the face type stuff, and that I think just exposed us even further because of all our missteps and miscommunications and stuff. Like I think Petson's going to have this unit humming much better and be able to help protect whatever deficiencies may be in the O-line.
And he did seem to be, from what I've read so far, he's kind of taken more of that Ben Johnson approach where he's collaborating with Jared Goff and finding out what his strengths are, his favorite plays to run, that kind of thing. So
I think he should get a hairpiece though, like get a kind of bad looking hairpiece, so then people make fun of him. It'll distract everything around. They'll be more distracted about making jokes of his headpiece and his hairpiece, and
he dominates.
Meanwhile, he's destroying teams with his brilliant offensive architecture.
It would increase the shame they all feel when they lose.
Jack, you should send him one. Send him one in the mail, like courtesy of the
idea. It's a good idea.
With the reasoning.
Just to rebrand him, we want to make him a star.
Think of the shame opposing defenders will feel when they lose to that. Like they'll just be like, I can't believe we lost to that.
I don't know. Just a thought.
It increases the pressure, right? Because now you can't lose to that. And they'll start making mistakes.
Any other comments? Because there's a subject I want to touch on here, and I think this is.
Go ahead.
Okay, the subject is this. Roger Goodell came out and said that it is inevitable that we will have an NFL team in a foreign country before long. So
this in water's wet.
So now think about this. Where is it going to be, and what's it going to be called? Think about it. We could think about some of the names that are possible here. Like if it's in Switzerland, they call them the Swiss cheese, right? They have the Swiss cheese. The Somali pirates. I'm thinking of some names. The Dublin drunken bastards. The
German Nazis.
German Nazis. The Berlin brats. I was thinking, but I don't know.
Or
Istanbul turkeys. That would be a good one.
The German Blitzkrieg, actually. I think that one's probably a little better.
The German Blitzkrieg? Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. The Moscow Mules.
Could be a tank with little
Yeah.
The Moscow Mules.
What do you think, guys? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, give some other good ones.
How about the Manila envelopes? That would be pretty good.
You needed to tee us up for this earlier. We needed time for prep. You came in with an advantage.
I should have prepped. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I know.
But I just thought it was kind of a funny thing. Like, what are they going to call these teams?
The British Queens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I was going to bet money, I'd bet that's where the next team's going to be in Britain. But
Ireland can't be the Fighting Irish. Sorry, it's taken.
Yeah, already taken.
The Derriers. No, I don't know.
Big caboose on the helmet logo.
Yeah, see, there's a good one. So you guys have sharp minds. You can come up with stuff quick. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. I know.
Chili's.
They're going to pay a consulting team like $1 million or multi-million dollars.
Yeah.
We can just do this and top of our head.
If you listen to this show, we'll come up with something for you.
It's going to be like the Commanders for Washington, just dry and boring.
Yeah.
Are they even able to get creative anymore, without risk of offending anybody?
Oh, yeah. Hey, how about the Delhi Indians? New Delhi Indians. Right? Then, is everyone going to be upset that they're called the Indians? But they're Indians? I mean, come on, think about it.
Yeah.
I think someone will get upset about
that.
They're
called the Red
offend
Dots.
Somebody.
They're called the Red Dots. That's how you distinguish.
I don't know. It could go a lot of different directions.
Yeah.
I just thought that was.
Or it could be, UJ, it could be
the fighting commies for China.
Say China attacks the U.S.
Yeah.
They capture Florida. They're holding that land, and while they're holding the land, the season starts. So still get Tampa Bay, but they're playing for China now. But they're still Tampa Bay. They don't move, but the country changes hands. So that would be. That would see, but Goodell saying somebody's going to play they're going to play in a foreign country this year. They're going to play in a foreign country this year. So,
why is China taking Florida?
There'll be a team in a foreign country.
I guess that scenario is possible, but
We may have bigger things on our minds if Florida's taken over by China.
Hey, I'd still watch the Lions during that, but I'd fight. But you know,
what if World War III? What if World War III
cigars.
settled by football instead of war? And what's our who can put the best football teams forward?
They just put the Lions to represent the U.S.
You must
America.
save the world.
Yep.
The Lions have chosen to save the world, save America.
We wouldn't even ask for any other players from other teams to like fill out our weaknesses. We would just go because, like Dan Campbell said, we got the right guys.
That's right.
Fuck Miles Garrett. We don't need him.
Oh boy.
So yeah, I like your topic though. I wish I'd have had more brain power to come up with some more.
The Sydney
Sorry, I kind of
Sids.
sprung that one. I know. I was thinking at the last minute right before we went on the pod here.
The Australian
Yeah.
Outlaws.
So I hit AI and said, "Give me some names." They gave me some good ones. But I
And he
thought of
used AI.
actually I thought of most of them
Come on.
myself.
You use AI?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
You're gonna stop using your brain. It's gonna atrophy. 'Cause
Actually,
you're
we're
gonna just
using
use
only
AI.
AI.
models for this podcast. We're not even doing
That's right. These are our avatars. But I don't know. I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting thing when he came out and said it. So why would he even come out and say that? Is there something on the horizon that we don't know about? And if you only pick one team, I mean, if you only add one, that kind of makes things odd, doesn't it? You need an even number
I
of
would
teams.
say-
If they do it in like, well, maybe Mexico or something, but more likely Europe, and I'd say like London.
That's what I
'Cause
think.
that's like the
most
shortest
likely.
flight
Right.
to like East Coast teams. You know, it wouldn't be that bad.
Right. Yeah. That's a huge factor of the travel, man. That's brutal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, knowing the NFL, eventually, like 50 years from now, the league will be twice as big. Half the teams will be in Europe and everything, and then everybody will play in like a World Bowl. There'll be a World Bowl or Super Bowl.
Here's
you know,
a-
like,
I don't doubt that for a second. I
Here
don't
you
know
go,
if we're
guys.
around long enough to see it, but
no, I
don't
won't
doubt
either,
it.
but I
Here's
can see
a-
it just keep growing.
some data to maybe help with come up with an idea of where it would be, because I figure probably this country that's hosted us the most, right? Hosted NFL games the most.
well,
Do you
that's
know
London,
which country
England,
that is?
right?
Germany or
No,
Brit-
UJ got it. It's UK with 51 games.
UK.
Well, that's
Canada-
easy. I mean, that
Canada
Yeah,
had
that makes
26,
sense.
Japan had 14, Mexico 12, and Germany 10. I would actually say these are probably your 5 front runners for teams, right? Like that's probably your best bet. I'm guessing UK then. That's based on that. It just seems like the
Yeah. Well, that's why I said London.
well, I think it's been their goal for a long time to go international, and you have to
Clearly.
keep growing or you die, right? And the NFL is they're growing,
Next thing you know, it's gonna be like touch football, but it's not even gonna be the same sport.
The true sign will be when you travel to Europe and you're driving around the countryside and you see kids out throwing footballs in the fields. Then you'll know that the game is caught on instead of kicking soccer balls. So
Well,
And
they
the-
can do it. Like you get these. I mean, they found some of these random linemen from Africa that they just scouted out who never played football, and then they bring them to a college or something, and they're so strong and everything and fast they can
true.
compete right away.
Wasn't it the Jets or someone signed a guy like that this year? Like a no football period, but he's just like a 6'5", freaky, athletic, just monstrous dude, and they're just giving him a chance. I think it was the Jets because it was.
I think there was a couple teams interested in the guy too, is from what I understand.
Where's that Bonamigo guy we got? Our linebacker. Does he? I mean, maybe I'm being a little sick because of his name, but like I've never heard of that guy once in my life.
Well,
before
if you're a
that
freaky
game.
athlete, someone's going to give you a shot somewhere.
Yeah,
I figure they can train you up if you got the freak element. So
I mean,
it's weird. They
college
never
create a lot of
found
bad habits.
me though. They never found me. That's
yeah,
why I
no,
never
that is
went
weird,
pro.
Bob. I don't know how they didn't find you. I mean, you were out there. You had the sign. I remember you were standing on
I
the
was
corner
competing.
with your cardboard sign. I remember that. And then
Little League, I think they were
Yeah.
scouting me there, but I don't know.
yeah,
Was he the guy in the other jersey they messed up when you tried out for that semi-pro team, UJ? And they chose the wrong guy. They got your numbers flipped.
yeah, whatever. That was another. It was just a theory of mine because I didn't make the team. So
the Chicago Fire, wasn't it?
Chicago Blitz.
The Blitz. Oh yeah.
George Allen was the coach.
Wow.
He was out there having the big tryout and all. It was kind of fun.
But did you talk to him at the tryout or
At
anything?
Soldier Field. I didn't talk to him. He talked to he kind of like talked to everyone as a group, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to him personally, but
That's cool.
yeah, it was cool. There was like it was like one of those mass tryouts. There had to be 200 guys there easy.
I remember I came down to watch you, and it was mostly kind of boring from my perspective.
It was.
Being up the
It had to
stands.
be.
So I was like running around the stands because Soldier Field was pretty empty. So I was exploring
Yeah.
the place. But
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that's fun.
and that was old Soldier Field with the old turf that was like really hard, rock hard, and the
Yep.
stadium had benches instead of seats. You know.
Right, and it held like 80,000. No, it held like I think it held over $100,000 at full capacity. 100,000 people.
Yeah. That was cool because that was my local stadium. 'Cause, growing up in Chicago, and I used to go to see Lions games there as a kid. So I was
Yeah.
a big Lions fan. So
Absolutely. So that was fun. The
Yeah.
Bears, they might not be in Chicago long. We don't know yet, but
Blitz didn't know what they missed out with you, UJ. They could have had
Yeah.
you.
I think the
won
league lasted a
the Blitz
year,
Cup.
if that. I don't think it lasted very long anyway. So, everyone's trying to branch out and compete with the NFL, and they're just you can't. They're
yeah.
I
they're a
don't know. There
monster,
is like
and
a
they're-
weird sub industry being created like around like flag football teams and all this other versions of football where like that was like I told you, like, I
NFL's
heard some
sponsoring
rapper owned it. Like
Yeah.
they're getting like serious about it too. Like there's a
I
lot
think
of
it's great personally.
NFL has to have the best pipeline for talent there is. Like from
It's an Olympic
all the-
sport now, isn't it? Flag football.
flag,
yeah,
I
it's
think,
going to be
yeah.
in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know
Like-
because it gives girls a chance to play, guys. And if you watch some of these flag, they're really good ones. They're freaking good, man. There's
Yeah.
some talent
Yeah.
out there, and I can
But,
see
like,
some of
that's
that
like-
talent transferring to the NFL actually.
And like a lot of these 7-on-7 leagues and stuff are great for all these young like skill players and stuff. There's just so many avenues for young talent to be expressed now for NFL scouts to eventually
Yeah.
like hopefully catch on to it, like in all the way from high school through college and even more of these semi-pro leagues and stuff that are popping up. And football is just
Yeah.
like becoming its own massive industry where even the NFL doesn't really contain it all anymore. There's a lot of money to be made outside of the
Yeah.
NFL.
I think we should work on growing the lingerie league, though. I think that is
True man of culture right here.
yeah, lingerie league, intense battle.
It's a serious sport, you guys.
Well, if you see them hit, they hit hard.
Let's just
I've
say
seen a few
physics
games.
is in play.
Anyway, we're digressing, but I don't know. It's an interesting topic, though. I mean, it is interesting. The flag football is growing rapidly. You see the local high schools, girls, guys, they're all playing. It's really
Yeah.
fun. I like it.
You get
Yeah,
crazy
ball,
things
baby.
like who is that little Gronk and stuff? These kids are getting like almost like famous before they even reach like high school, just
Yeah,
because they're.
love-
But
Man,
yeah.
I wish that if it was like this when I was a kid, because I had a lot. I was like, obviously as I grew older, things got closer, but I was a big kid. I wrecked like the little, whatever that grammar school football like that. I might have gotten like a scholarship back then, or if it was like that now, like just off of like being able to build a reputation around like dominating kids my age, not even like.
Have we seen any 8th
necessarily
grade NAL deals yet? Or,
I think
sixth
I'm
grade,
sure
or
there's one coming.
some kindergarten NAL deals.
I think there was something like that in a college, or they were getting
Was there?
a kid to commit in 8th grade or whatever.
Actually,
It's
I do
crazy,
think there
man.
was an 8th grader, that they were looking at. It's just nuts.
Well,
it's
Stafford
gone
was
nuts.
called to be a first-round pick when he was in like 8th grade by some dude. Remember, some scout already called him for that way back then. Like the pipeline's been growing. It's but now it's just getting into a whole new level.
Well, Stafford is in the heart of football country in Texas, and his arm, I could see people seeing him at a young age
yeah.
doing big things. 'Cause-
Well, I remember saw him when the Lions drafted him. I went to that first training camp, and just the ball come out of his hands. It was insane to
They
watch.
said you could hear it.
Yeah, exactly. It was so different because I'd seen Lions games for years and everything, but this is different when you see it up close. It's like, whoa, holy shit!
For real.
You could tell right out that he was going to be something good. It was different.
I heard a story recently that when he went to the Manning camp, Eli and Peyton were like, "We can't throw after Stafford." Because he was just different, man. And it's so funny too, because I don't think a lot of people appreciate the development he went through to turn that arm into the precision weapon it is now. We were with him through a lot of struggles, and it was a lot of fun times. But he grew so much over the years with the Lions. He was perfectly packaged for the Rams.
I actually think Jim Schwartz was a big influence on Stafford.
Definitely.
You remember the famous line, the Lions were still struggling, losing, Schwartz is going, just keep slinging it, man. He just keep slinging it. And then, okay. Don't worry about the interception. Don't worry about anything. Just keep slinging it. And I think that's the kind of thing that helps a guy. So I give Schwartz some credit there, actually. And Schwartz, that's another thing. We're rehashing old things, but
yeah, I know.
But it was kind of.
It's the Lions related, so we're good. Yeah,
that's right. But
man, Schwartz could have just not hit that plateau of growth where his ego couldn't get out of the way. I think he would have been a great coach. He had all the foundational things. He got the culture right, but then he just became the smartest man in the room that could never hear dissent. He was the right guy, and
I was hoping he'd get another shot with some other team. But
so was I. I was too.
Because he came close a year or two ago, but I wonder if the window's closing for him because everybody goes for these young coaches now. But
yeah, I think he really thought he'd have a shot with Cleveland.
I thought he would.
They should have taken him.
I agree, but then
he got pissed when they did.
Oh, and I don't blame him either. I think he paid his dues there.
Tailor-made for them, though.
Coach.
He was a great coach with them.
Well, and plus, having gone through what he did in Detroit, you would think he was primed to take over an organization like the Browns and get them on track. Especially with his time there as D coordinator, like you said. But Browns are not known for good decision making.
His flaw was he could get overly emotional, like with the Harbaugh handshake thing. He made it this big thing, or when he beat the Lions when he came back with the Bills or whatever, and he got himself carried off the field.
Oh yeah, his ego, man. He just had it. He couldn't help it.
Probably
he was smart, man.
These little petty things were obsessing him, instead of just doing your job.
And that's where you see or whatever, Mutiny on the Bounty or whatever.
You just see the juxtaposition with Dan Campbell. Campbell's just so even keeled,
flashy like that.
And Dan Campbell has all the juice without the downside. He doesn't lack for energy that Schwartz brought or attitude, but he doesn't wildly fluctuate ever. He's so steady. He's just so Dan Campbell, man. He is gonna get us there. I just believe it. I don't see how if there is a right way to go about things. I just feel like we're doing it. And if you take luck out of the equation,
I don't realize this has been. I think this is year 6 at Campbell, isn't it?
I think so.
Year. Can you believe it's been that long?
Wow.
And so
it seemed that long.
So he's turned this team around. It took him 2 years to turn the team around. And we were 3 and whatever the first year, and then the next year we
9 and 8.
We were horrible, we were 1 and 7 or 1 and 8, and then we just killed it in the second half of the season. And then the next season we went all the way to the playoffs. All the way. I mean, just incredible.
15-2 the next.
What these last few years have been with the Lions for a franchise that struggled for so long. I mean, so long. Decades
the other
and decades.
Right.
And
now we haven't won a Super Bowl yet, but we're one of the teams everybody talks about. They're always going to be a winning team.
Right.
Expecting the Lions to be one of those elite teams in the league.
I used to itch for any just mention our team on Sports Center or somewhere one time. Just talk about it. And now we're talk about a lot. It's kind of cool. So yeah,
it is. It's awesome.
It's fun being a Lions fan.
Shout out to Sheila, because I think ultimately we're gonna be seeing this year. I think one big benefit we're gonna have is compounding growth. And this is a thing you can't quantify easy, and that's our stud core pillars have all been playing together for years now. And as long as we patch the holes right and stuff, like, we're going to see dividends. And that's like one thing the NFL struggles with is consistency and growth over, like, any kind of time. It's always burn it to the ground and start over. With Sheila at the helm and trusting in the vision with Brad and Dan, it allows them to go through hiccups and grow and tweak it and get it right. And I just think as a result, we're on a progression. We're not on a, I don't think just because we had like a step back, this idea of a window is nonsense. The window is open because they're here, because Dan, Brad, and Sheila, because this organization is doing things right. It's iterating the proper way, and that is gonna. I just don't see how that doesn't lead to results.
Well, when God closes a window, He opens a door.
That's right.
But some people talk
and
about
they're
this
both
window.
open.
The Super Bowl window. I think for some teams it's true because you sort of catch lightning in a bottle. You get that one chance. But this team's been built up. Like, if you look at certain teams in this league, like the Chiefs or like the Ravens. Look at the Ravens. Okay, that's a good example. They're always good every year, and they're always expected to contend for the Super Bowl. Always. And so, I mean, at the minimum, we're going to be that. And then they won. I mean, they only won one, but I don't know. I'm just saying we can be good for a long time here, and hopefully a few Super Bowls mixed in there too. And
it's built on a solid foundation.
They did some study or some The Athletic or somebody did a ranking of teams that are built for the future or whatever, and they had the Lions ranked third, like in that list. Like,
nice.
The way our team is built, like we're built for longevity. So
that's
good for a long time.
That's an interesting way to look at it. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So this is no window. This is we're a contender. We're just a contender. Period. This is our one window. We got to win now. But it'll be
we're
nice
going to be loved this year because we're going to beat the Bills in the Super Bowl. Everyone's going to love the Lions. We'll win the next year. They're going to love us. And then the third year, we're going to win. And then people start to like, oh, can't we have somebody new? And then we'll win so many people will try to hate us. But then, years from now.
That would be the most hated team in the NFL. Everyone rooting against us. Yeah, baby.
Can't wait, baby.
Let's start with one this year.
All right, guys. I think we've been droning on for a little over an hour here. I think it's what?
One last thing I just want to point out. I already feel like it's like a tectonic shift that's sort of gone under the radar, and that's that when Ennis Rakestraw went down in the preseason game, the news wasn't season-ending injury on IR, it was contusion. He's playing again, and that's already like miles of improvement from last year. Remember last year when it was like, oh, Levi's got a back, IR. This guy's got a thing, IR. It was like 5 or 6 or 7 guys were done for the whole damn season before we even started. Now we're getting guys getting little tweaks and bruises, but, they're going again.
That's a real good point. I mean, we talked about it last year. Yeah, guy goes down. Yeah, he's out. He's just brutal. How does this keep happening? So far we've been. I think Campbell. He's learned some things. Give him credit. He mixed things up this year. No rookie camp. We're not playing against the other teams in practice. He's upended the apple cart a little bit. He's doing some new things, and so far, knock on wood, it's been working. So keep it up, Dan.
Even Cade Mays, not IR but pup, like
right
or short.
We still
IR,
don't know
whatever.
who did the chop on Cade Mays. Who chopped him? Broke his hand. I want to know. Get that guy. Get him signed.
Yeah, give him a promotion.
Yeah.
I want to break in the other team's hands.
You got to do that in the regular season, too. You got to chop some hands.
I know.
Break some hands.
He'll be like Kirby with ACLs, but this guy will be hands. So Kirby takes out ACLs. This guy takes out hands.
I take out hands. They put me in there because I break people's hands. Because I have a heavy punch. That's
that
what
would be
I
like
have.
An overpowered trait if like they were just like good at nothing else but just breaking wrists when they
I don't know.
they rush.
I don't know much else, but I can break some hands. That's
throughout
what
the game. They're just lined up across from every O lineman till like you're just on the second string.
everyone he practices against, they have a hard cast on. They're just expecting it.
It doesn't stop the handbreaker, though.
Switch positions with me, will you?
Other teams keep moving their linemen now to hide from this guy. Can't let him get our stud.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh,
boy.
Hey, by the way, I did get feedback that when we run on and ramble, that's actually some people's favorite part of our podcast. So just
yeah, that's why you were. I don't know what you were doing last week because we were hitting our stride. But anyway,
I was just enjoying you guys hitting. I just didn't have any part in it. So. Oh, good, you guys were rolling. It was funny. No, nothing bad there.
All right. Well, this has been fun, guys. It's been a good pod. I look forward to the game Saturday.
Who is that?
Andy Williams.
yeah.
Oh my God, what the hell? Was it a Michael Jackson costume? What is that? What the hell is that?
Random as fuck.
Oh, my God.
It's theater. But it's a postcard.
Oh, my God. That's crazy. The Lions play the Commanders this year in Detroit Saturday at, I believe it's 11 o'clock Eastern time, 12 o'clock Central. So, yeah, let's check it out. See the starters play a few plays here. It'll be fun. And then we'll talk all about it next week. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
We got to make sure our guy, whoever wears number 5 for us, doesn't wear it. Otherwise, Jaden Daniels might send a cease and desist letter. Did you guys not hear about that? You didn't hear about that? So Jaden Daniels is embroiled in this really embarrassing PR situation where him and his agents and his family wrote letters and sent cease and desist to LSU because their rookie quarterback is scheduled to wear his number this year. He's basically saying Burrow's number got semi-retired. Why didn't mine? He looks like a big old
Are you kidding
bitch.
me?
That's ridiculous.
It's
so
hilarious.
ridiculous.
That's a bad look for him. Yeah.
And after a season where he didn't really grow after his rookie season, his injuries and he's just looking a bit butthurt.
I would make
and
every
weak.
player number 5 after that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, can you guys help me out with this? How is Luke Altmeyer number 2 and Ennis Rakestraw number 2? I thought that's a college thing. I didn't think the NFL had dual numbers.
I don't think they do.
Why are they letting him wear them through camp? Maybe they're counting on Luke being
I don't know,
cut.
Rakestraw just switched to 2, right?
Who?
Have to look into that, but
Well, isn't it because it's a 90-man roster right now, and then they don't have enough numbers for everybody?
Oh, is that what it is? And
probably.
I think we can expect Luke's probably going practice squad, so Ennis will probably get it, assuming he doesn't fall off for some reason.
maybe. I don't know.
But
He
good
had
call,
it
Jay.
first,
Good Jay.
Yeah, good Kid J. That's why he's there. This guy just knows everything. He knows
Best
so much
producer in the
stuff.
world.
I know, except for he roots for a weird team that.
Well, he can't be
That's
perfect.
That's another.
They always say
thing,
God doesn't give with both hands.
Is that what they say?
Yeah,
I've never heard that one, but
or give. Yeah,
Okay.
you can't. You don't get too many blessings. He's like a genius producer. He's kind of not the brightest when it comes to being a fan, but it's all right.
okay, that sounds like an on that note thing, kind of.
Yeah, it does.
You know,
It's
like
definitely
I
on
have
that
no
note.
idea what Red Dogs golf on.
So on that note,
Whatever.
On that note, I think we should hang it up, boys. But you know what? I'm going to let Kid J jump back in here, and he can tell you guys where you can listen to us and where you can find us and send us comments, because we'd love to hear your comments, and good or bad, and especially bad. That'd be fun. Then we can mess around with it and stuff like that, and Anyway, but Kid J, can you help us out here, buddy? Where can people tune into us?
Follow us at on Instagram at Drinking the Blue Kool-Aid. Follow us on YouTube at DTBK Lions, or send us an email at drinkingthebluekool-aid@gmail.com.
All right, man. Thank you, Kid J.
Good handout.
He just knows everything. This guy
He's the
just,
best
I don't know. He's the best in the biz.
No one's ever gonna keep him down.
Let's hear about it. Kid J.
Kid J. Kid J. By the way,
He's the best in the biz, baby. The best. So we love you, Kid J, and you make this stuff happen, and you're amazing. Just, what you do is amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
God bless.
all right, let's hang it up, boys. I think we've said all we can say. So last but not least, as always, Go